Well, the reality is I think both candidates are trash. So but I am going to vote in November, and I'm going to vote my best interest, and I'm going to vote who I think, can preserve democracy. So if I think both candidates are trash and I don't feel like, endorsing one, would you rather me endorse an individual or endorse the fact that, hey, we need to go out here and protect democracy?
And by the way, I think it's incredibly powerful to use your...
All right, y'all. So Charlamagne was on The View. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know the context of this. I just literally seen it pop on my For You page, so I was like, oh, I haven't seen this, so let me go ahead and watch it. But if you don't know Charlamagne, he is a host on The Breakfast Club. He is someone who has been vocally critical of Biden, but the thing about him is that he'll be critical about Biden, but then in the same breath say that he's still voting for him. So we're gonna see how this interview plays out.
This book is all about having real conversations. Let's get to it. Let's get real. Now, you have a massive platform reaching millions of listeners, and you and I've talked about this before. You endorsed Joe Biden back in 2020, but this time around you say you're not going to endorse anybody. Charlamagne, now is not the time, in my opinion, to sit this one out.
Yeah. I didn't say that. I never said I was sitting it out.
What you gonna do?
I'm definitely voting in November, but what I like to focus on is issues, not individuals. Like, when
but
you
why
have...
not endorse?
Huh?
Why not endorse Biden?
Because if I'm sitting here telling my listeners that, you have somebody out there who is a threat to democracy, you have somebody out there who said they want to, suspend the Constitution to overthrow the results of an election. You saw this person, try to lead an attempted coup of this country, and I'm telling people that this guy is a threat to democracy. Have you ever read Project 25? There's only 2 candidates out there. So if I'm saying that about this individual, the choice is clear, right? And I've seen y'all do this on The View before. I saw y'all do this to Killer Mike when he was on The View, and Killer Mike literally sat here and said, hey, I supported Keisha Lance Bottoms. I supported Ralph Warnock. I supported John Ossoff, right, in Georgia. And he said, you should support the people that I've supported. You should support the person who the people I've supported are supporting.
Okay.
That's y'all opportunity to say, well, clearly he's talking about President Biden. Why do y'all need us to say this if we don't feel comfortable saying it?
No, it's not that we need you to say it, but I think
they yes or no, because it's like Charlamagne does not want to endorse Biden because he's not confident or comfortable in endorsing Biden. He doesn't fully support Biden, but the thing about Charlamagne, this is from a consumer standpoint. So it's almost as if he is only supporting Biden because he does not like Trump. So if it was a situation to where he actually supports Biden, he'll ride for Biden, he loves Biden's policies, it would be nothing to him to endorse him. But he doesn't feel that way. So that's why he's just like, I'm not going to endorse him. He doesn't want to tie his name to Biden. He says, okay, I'll vote for him, but I'm not going to tie my name to it like I did in 2020, which I still am kind of confused on, because you coming out and saying I'm going to vote for him but won't endorse him. It's just like, you saying publicly you're going to vote for him is kind of an endorsement, but hey, man.
I think other folks need to hear, because, one of the things I'm sorry, I just jumped you, I'm sorry. But one of the things that we've been talking about is the fact that getting facts out through the media seems to be very difficult.
I feel like I just spewed some facts.
Yeah.
Yes, but we need you to do it on your show.
Well, the reality is I think both candidates are trash. So but I am going to vote in November, and I'm going to vote my best interest, and I'm going to vote who I think, can preserve democracy. So if I think both candidates are trash and I don't feel like, endorsing one, would you rather me endorse an individual or endorse the fact that, hey, we need to go out here and protect democracy?
And by the way, I think it's incredibly powerful to use your platform just to draw the contrast. I actually tend to agree that I don't think an endorsement is somehow more powerful than reminding folks the other person tried to overturn our democracy. That breaks through. But I want to ask you, because you're kind of one of these, we call them double haters. I don't like to use the phrase, but
double haters?
Double haters, like not thrilled with Biden or Trump. And
I've never heard of that. Like the chicken fry.
Why you put his face like that? He said double haters. Oh.
I thought that was just called being an American nowadays. When you look at the polls, people don't seem to be too pleased with either one of them.
And I'm right there with you. So you've called this a race between crooks, cowards, and the couch.
That's
and
right.
You say Democrats are losing the messaging game.
But let's be clear about who I say are the crooks. I say Republicans are the crooks. I say Democrats are the cowards. And I say the couch is voter apathy. And I feel like, right now it looks like, voter apathy may win. But whose fault is that? Is that our fault, or is it the candidates?
Well, and I'm curious at this juncture, 6 months out, who do you think wins?
Oh, I have no idea. I mean, that's
Come
like,
on
that's
now,
just a
be
toss-up
honest.
at this point. You know, I really don't know. I think the person who goes out there and probably energizes their base the best at this point. And you know, when you look at somebody like President Biden, it feels like his base is pretty pissed off at him for a number of reasons.
Help him out.
Well, no, look, I actually.
Help him out by doing what?
Well, I want to ask you something because when.
Okay, if I was there, I would answer the question and say, if the election was held today, Trump would win, honestly and truly. Two, it's like they're trying to, like, even Charlamagne's like, help him out by doing what? It's like, he can only do so much. It's really on Biden. Like, it's really on Joe Biden. And the fact that they're trying to rely on these, like, not even media, because they try to rely on him, they try to rely on Glorilla, they try to rely on Cardi B, they're trying to rely on these people who have like a status in the black culture or black community or in entertainment in general to do their dirty work. It's just like, it's not going to work. You have to put that work in. Like, what do you want him to do?
Ask you this, if you think that's what needs to happen, because for me, I think back to the time when we couldn't vote. So the idea of voting for, you know, this one or this one wasn't,
Actually, no,
it wasn't about our best interests. It was about how do we get to point B.
That's right.
My point is, listen, I don't know if it's because he's old or people are mad. I don't know why Democrats are mad at him. But I know I'm better off with him than I am with the other one.
Right.
That's what I know. So, and we say it because we always have to remind people of what we went through in order to do this, in order to have this right to vote. And so if you say you're going to vote, then I'm not going to ask any more questions.
Not only am I saying I'm going to vote, I'm telling you who the threat to democracy is.
Well, we do. Listen, we do this every day. We know who the threat to
Absolutely.
democracy is.
And his name is Donald Trump. If you need
Yeah.
me, if you want me to spell that one out, come on.
And one would think, since there's only two,
I mean, there's third-party candidates, but you know,
oh yeah, I
there's
will
only.
beat your behind.
I'm just saying, we got to be fair about it.
That's
There
right.
is. Yeah, yeah.
That last part when Whoopi says she doesn't know why Democrats are upset or mad at Biden, if you don't know at this point in time, then you just call yourself out of touch with reality because you're living under a rock. Two, Charlamagne, he makes sense, but he doesn't make sense, in my opinion. Like, my thing is, like, if you're not going to endorse and if you're labeling everything that's bad about Biden, but saying you're still going to vote for him because he's better than Trump, it's just like, I mean, I get what you're saying, I guess, but it's just like, I don't know. But yeah, like I said before, if the elections were held today, I truly believe Donald Trump would win. And I don't know if I would say landslide, but I do think he would win, mainly because, like I said before, it's not of what Donald Trump is doing. It's mainly more about what the Democrats are currently lacking. It's almost like they're pushing their base away. The Democrats were really literally just handing this election to Donald Trump. What we should have done on a strategic standpoint is, as soon as Biden got into office, we should have had the next person up in our faces as soon as Biden got into office. The next person up doing media tours and interviews and just someone we could have been adjusted to. So that way, by the time his first term would end, he just would hand the baton. But now what we're seeing is they're doing that kind of backwards, and in a sense to where they're putting like Gavin Newsom in our faces right now, so that if Joe Biden were to win the second term, he can give the baton to Gavin Newsom. It's just, and in my opinion, it's just a mess. The whole strategy is a mess. It's not going to work. Gavin Newsom, if they're trying to, get us ready for Newsom, and it's just like, no. Like, literally, no. Even people in California are just like, can't do Newsom. But yeah, that's just my thoughts and opinions. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you're notified whenever I post a new video. Follow me on my social media. I love y'all all. This is Uruguay, connecting people with policy. God bless y'all. Toodles.